Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on Titus Andronicus, and we get to hear from Marcus Andronicus today in Act 4, Scene 1. Marcus being Titus's brother, of course, and one of the only family members that he's got left. Marcus is the one that, sorry, this is going to be gross, found Lavinia after she had been raped and mutilated and brought her to Titus. And he was there when Titus's sons' heads were brought to him. He tried to give his hand instead of Titus giving his hand to try to plead for the lives of those two sons, which was unsuccessful. And he was there when they said goodbye to Lucius. Lucius has gone off to find the Goths and try to raise an army to come back and fight against Rome. So Act 4, Scene 1, we started out with Lavinia sort of chasing around young Lucius, who's just called Boy in the folio. She was chasing him around and he was afraid, but really she wanted to get at his books. So when Marcus and Titus came in, and young Lucius has dropped his books, she starts rifling through them, with what's left of her arms, like with her wrists, and she's rifling through and trying to find stuff, and she points out certain stories which confirms to Marcus and Titus that she was raped. And then she gestures some more, and they're able to glean from her that it was more than one person that did this to her. And then Titus is like, come on, you need to give us more. Tell us who it was that did this. There has to be some way that you can show us who it was that did this. And Marcus says, sit down, sweet niece, brother, sit down by me. Apollo, Pallas, Jove, or Mercury, inspire me that I may this treason find. My lord, look here, Lavinia. So he then takes a staff and he puts one end in his mouth, and with his wrists holds the other end, and he starts writing in the sand. This sandy plot is plain. Guide, if thou canst, this after me. I have writ my name without the help of any hand at all. Cursed be that heart that forced us to that shift. Write, thou good niece, and here display at last what God will have discovered for revenge. Heaven guide thy pen to print thy sorrows plain, that we may know the traitors and the truth. So this is pretty straightforward. First he's just like, settle down, let's figure this out. And then he gets this idea that he can hold a writing utensil of some sort, like they're in a sandy area, so you can write in the sand. So he takes a stick and he puts one end in his mouth, and then uses, without using fingers or anything like that, he holds the other end of the stick and he's able to guide it and write out his name. And he shows this to Lavinia, saying, this is how you can write in the sand who it was that did this, and then we can know and we can properly get our revenge. So she takes the staff and she writes in the sand that it was Chiron and Demetrius, and Titus is livid. He's like, it was Tamara's sons? He's just livid. And of course Marcus is going to have something to say in that respect in tomorrow's monologue. So we'll see you then for that.